Hi, welcome to another Duolingo video. In this video, I'm going to be showing you one way that you can get hundreds, if not thousands, of XP right before the end of the Duolingo week. The prerequisite for this is you have to have the early bird reward available to you. What is the early bird reward? If you complete a lesson or some type of exercise, as long as you earn XP before noon of a given day, you get the early bird reward, which allows you to earn double points later on in the day at some point after 6 p.m. at least, 6 p.m. to midnight for 15 minutes. So why did I make this video? Well, as you see, I had 7 minutes of my 15 left from my early bird reward, 7 minutes of double XP, and I had been doing the XP ramp challenge. If you've done the XP ramp challenge where it's a progressive step up process of earning XP, you'll know that you start off with 8 XP offered to you. But suddenly, even on the first level, I was being offered 32. And I'm like, what's going on? Oh, it must be the double XP. Let me abuse this. So I went to the second level. And that's precisely what I did. I abused the X-Ramp challenge combination with the early bird reward. And as you see, I went from the 300 XP to the 500 XP range just from doubling my XP capability. I had 20 seconds left. I decided to do nothing. So I went back to the X-Ramp challenge to make sure that in fact it was the early bird XP reward. Initially it was still showing the double XP, but once I refreshed the page, it did go back to, as usual, the 32. So that's one way you can max out XP right before the Duolingo week is over, right? You see I don't have it anymore available to me, but let's say I didn't have it available to me regardless. Assuming I have the gems, can just buy some XP boosts. I can buy some timed boosts. Here you see the prices and the, the quantity of boosts you get. I am currently quote, quote, gem poor, so I opted out of buying some more timed boosts, but theoretically with that you could buy some and proceed on. At this point I had 3 hours left. Let's say I had bought the 15. That's several hours of XP doubled. How many XP could I get there? Who knows? Now, I don't believe you get gems on desktop. I do think it's a mobile tablet thing, but if you are using Duolingo on either of those, make sure you do the double or nothing wager to maximize your gemage. And why do we want gems? Well, depending on the challenge, you might have to use them to participate, okay? So, pay being a quote relative term. So at this point, I could have gotten off. I could have said, you know what, I'm done with it for the day. But I saw that the XP ramp challenge was only going to be available for the next 24 minutes. I said, you know what, I might as well just max out the XP I can squeeze out of this challenge. So that's what I did. I just continued on for the next 20 plus minutes. What I do want to point out here, however, is that although this is level 3, the question sentences prompts are relatively simple, okay? Now, why is that? What I've noticed from weeks of doing these type of practices is that, let's say you're doing a course daily for weeks on end, and you're practicing, it's going to progressively give you harder and harder prompts. But let's say you took a break from a course, you went to another one, and you came back. It's kind of going to reset, which is why I'm getting all these easy questions. So you see me go through the rest of the level. Again, just to reiterate that despite the fact that I've completed this tree several times at this point, that the questions I'm getting prompted, again at level 3, are relatively simple early unit questions, right? Like this is kind of like what you would get at the beginning of the course, and I'm getting prompted this at level 3. But that tends to be, again, because of how recently or not I've been doing regular work in this respective course. Now, in the rush of a time challenge, you tend to make typos here and there and maybe not type the word fully so it, messes up. But you're going to have to, excuse my typos here and there. It's kind of the thrill of it all, right? So with respect to this video, in 15 minutes, because I started this with 32 minutes left on the XP ramp challenge, in 15 minutes, I've earned 252 XP, going from 376 XP in the league to 628, okay? And what I like about the XP ramp challenge is once you reach the top of the XP ramp, you can just keep earning 40 XP. You just have to make sure you don't lose. I wanted to check if I could find a course where the XP challenge would offer me harder questions, but I really haven't been doing super crazy much lately. So it was kind of the same. I tried it in Russian. It was kind of the same. And that's another plus of the XP ramp system is that once you max out, you can max out in any language. I didn't have to go back and start from the bottom. And Russian, I just continued on at 40. Here's a fun little glitch or quirk. I went to change the course to Spanish to see if the Spanish XP ramp prompts would be just as simple and easy. But in fact, it quote sent me to lightning round. Now, when I go to pay, you'll see that it says XP ramp challenge. When I go to participate, however, it is in fact a lightning round. The plus, it's also 40 XP, okay? So no big difference in how much I was earning. The negative, it's not what I wanted. And just as a reference, if you're wondering, how do I know it's lightning round? You see at the top, the progress bar at the top has 5, 10, 40. You hit each marker, you get the respective points. The lightning round has this. The XP challenge does not. It's just a time straight progress bar. So I went again to change the course to Portuguese to see again if it was going to be again easy. Doesn't change the fact that anecdotally I know what I said to be the case, that when you're doing a course and you're doing it progressively, it will get harder and harder, the challenges. But again, here I noted the lightning round prompt, so I exited a couple times and it took me back to the right face page eventually. Another reason why you might want to make sure you're doing the right one, because the XP ramp challenge is ending in minutes. The other one, quote, is ending in days, okay?
Oi, sou eu. De nada. Tudo bem. Obrigado.
Now, already, I've hit 748 XP. Imagine how much had I bought some doubling XP boosts, right? However, I will note that not every challenge will let you do the doubling of the points. Usually, I think, in fact, it's the lightning rounds that you're not able to do it with. But for whatever reason, with the XP ramp challenge, you can. So. Back with the voiceover, just to point out the following exercises are considered hard. And I understand it's hard with respect to the preceding questions, but again, in the context of the fact that several times I've completed the French tree because we've gone through several iterations, right? I just want to point that out. I suppose the argument is on the one hand that's great because it's just easy XP, easy exercises. So we're going to skip ahead. I did just power straight through. You see, I jumped from 8 minutes here left in the XP challenge to 4 minutes here at this point where I'm at 868. So at this point, I've gone from 14th place to 4th place. And one outside of top 3, I have my sight set on top 3. I'm getting top 3. So we're just going to power through and get the place I want. Just like that, I've eked my way into 3rd place, just 7 XP over 4th, but I'm going to keep my eye out. And you see when we click the purple icon on the bottom, it says lightning round. I take a quick stop to my profile to see that graph of XP, and you'll see it's a sharp slope of my XP earned with respect to the week. That's how much I've earned just in the last few hours, okay? So the method works. But now the purple icon says Match Madness. I don't know what glitch was going on over here. I'm not super mad at it though, because Match Madness is, high risk game. It feels like, it's a lot of pressure, you're on. So I enjoy it, but it's a weird glitch. I will say that at this point, I had little incentive to continue dedicating my time of the day, of the evening at this point to Duolingo, save for making that margin between myself at third place and fourth place considerably larger. So I figured at least one round of Match Madness would be good, right? And sure enough, 40 points more, but it's still not enough. I'm not trying to go for second place. There's too many points between myself and second place, but I'm still trying to build a lead, okay? So I did do another round of Match Madness. Like I was trying to show when I was doing the XP RAM challenge in different languages to see if it was going to show progressive difficulty, and it didn't. But I still know that to be true anecdotally. Here it felt like the words were progressively more difficult, but again, they're words, vocabulary being tested as opposed to sentence construction. So I don't know that calling it more challenging is appropriate to say, but I just wanted to point that out. On the other hand, longer words, more technical words are objectively more difficult than shorter words, right? And so just like that, I've built up enough of a margin over fourth place where I'm comfortable to call it quits for the day. What I did was I just watched the league, made sure that person didn't beat me out, and they didn't, and I moved on in third place. Okay, so the last thing you want to do is make sure you go back to the store, shop, whatever it's called, and you get your free gems watching an ad. I did that. I got my gems, and now with more gems, I can participate in more challenges and get more XP and so on. So anyway, thanks for watching this video. I hope you put some of these tricks and tips into play. Let me know. Bye.